There we go. I think we've played the tune. That's it. We're actually here. We're running. It's all good. Close that. Good morning, boys.
Morning.
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 Morning. Okay, right. So everything's running there. Everything's running there. Looks like it's all running there. We're good. Hello. First to chat gets coffee when they get in.
Oh, better jump in. I need a coffee.
The Wayne, g'day, Wayne. How you doing? Good to see you here. There we go. Todd Austin. Well, we know Todd Austin's here. And Dallo. Good morning, Dallo. And the real Todd Austin, that is. You know, the other Todd Austin has been banned from the channel.
Yeah.
We had two.
What do they say? Imitation's the highest form of flattery or something?
That's right. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. But, you know, like, if you're going to, no, seriously, you know, there could be a million Todd Austins out there, but, you know, to steal somebody else's, you know, profile picture and try to purport that you're Todd Austin, well, that's just not on.
Oh, well, both are high.
Yeah, both are. G'day, how you doing? Robert Groves is in the house. Andy Stubbs is in the house. Yeah, so we're going to do a little bit of a reporting today on the test and go. You know, as in test and go where? Where are we going to test and go to? You know, all those lovely temples here in Thailand. That's right. I keep on forgetting. We've got so many temples here in Thailand, and the whole world just wants to come and see these Thai temples. But honestly, you know, we had a pretty good night last Tuesday. Last Tuesday for your birthday? Last Wednesday for the for the
Australia Day. Yeah.
Well, what Australia? No. I mean, so, you know, was it Invasion Day? Isn't it Invasion Day?
I mean, if you do geographical research on colonisation, most countries around the world were invaded at one time. So to start labelling colonisation as invasion, I think, is a bit over the top. But hey, just my opinion. So.
It all bloody started out of Africa. They started it, you know, bloody, you know, the precursor to Islam, you know, whoever they were. They wanted to just go and, you know, invade the world, right? We should have reparation, right, from South Africa. They could reparation to the whole world because that's where it started. They all moved out of there. They went into the Middle East and into Europe, and oh my God, where does it stop? Bloody useless crap. Anyway, just imagine if the temples had the bars are temples, but the bars are closed. That's how the song goes.
Yeah.
Where's the words? Where's the words to that song?
Yeah, one night Bangkok, Murray Head.
That's it. Yeah, I won't play this thing because. But yeah, the bars are temples and the girls ain't free. You'll find a god in every cloister, and if you're lucky, that god's a she.
It's a she, yeah.
I think that's how the words go.
Oh, well, you were DJing the other night at Susie's bar.
Yeah, I was doing I was doing your job.
I know. But you wanted to do it, and we had the crowd jumping.
Oh, yeah, we did. Well, it just reminded me that. You know, I said I used to DJ with the actual vinyl, you know, things, and I'd done a dual deck thing, you know, back in the the late '70s, early '80s. That was my DJing stint.
Well, that's when it was actually DJing, because you had to queue up the vinyl and make sure everything was fine, and it was actually an art back then.
G'day, Bossa Nova, how you doing? And you both, I think I heard Tyler's about to drop the whole COVID thing. We don't really know yet. It's like these things here, there's a lot of discussion, which is what we're going to talk about today. So let's bring that screen up. So I've got something here from our good friend Richard Barrow, letters from Thailand. This is a special dispatch with the latest news about the Consular Department's relaunch of the Test and Go on my birthday next Tuesday. Yeah, it's my birthday. Just a bit of a plug there. My birthday next Tuesday. Okay. That's right. We'll be doing it. We'll be doing another live from Susie's bar,
Right.
and you can shout the girls' rounds. But yeah, okay. And the new immigration rules for the special 60-day COVID extension that started on the 26th of January. So let's cover all this sort of thing. So we got people. We only got 10 viewers here. Slackers love to just go and rewind, won't they? Relaunch of the Test and Go on 1st of February. It has been a long time coming, but the Consular Department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has announced that they will relaunch the Test and Go. The main one being that the list of so-called safe countries has been dropped, and the scheme is now open to everyone. However, you must be fully vaccinated. You can't be a tennis player from Serbia or wherever he came from. You must be fully vaccinated. If you are not, then the quarantine.
Now, I got a question on that. Is that 2 or is that 3 doses fully vaccinated?
Fully vaccinated, it still constitutes 2 doses. Yeah, if you are not, then the quarantine hotel option is still available. So the Serbian could have got through in Australia if we had these rules. But some people ask me why Some people ask me why the sandbox scheme is still running. I think it's Second Life. Test and Go is open for people coming from all countries. The short answer to that is that it will be used as a backup plan in case a major outbreak, and the Test and Go is suspended again. So sandbox scheme's still running. Yeah, okay. Yes, you heard right. If you are willing to travel during a global pandemic, then you will need to accept the conditions that some things are subject to unexpected and sudden change. So we've got this little picture here, which I've blown up. Test and Go for non-national. I'm not going to go through the Thai national stuff. They always seem to get different rules anyway. Registration starts 1st of February. What do we got? So requirements: eligible countries, all countries and territories. Vaccination: fully vaccinated with a vaccine approved by Thailand or the World Health Organization, no less than 14 days before departure. Recovered persons with 1 dose of vaccination received after infection must provide medical certificate showing full recovery. Aged below 18, not required to be fully vaccinated, must register on Thailand Pass and travel alongside parents, legal guardians. Please scan the QR code below for more information. Okay, yeah, there's a QR code on this form. Insurance with a minimum coverage of $50,000 US for medical expenses. Expats residing in Thailand can use Social Security card or certifying letter issued by employer. Okay. Fully paid SHA Extra Plus AQ holiday, hotel reservations, confirmation day, 1 day and 5 day. I still haven't worked out. So you can come in and you get the one. This is one. I'm a bit confused about this. So you've actually got to go into the hotel, I believe. Well, from the airport, you go to your hotel. You paid for the first day where they test you. Then you leave the hotel. Then you come back to that hotel on day 5 and stay another night.
You don't have to. It has to be a registered a PCR SHA or PCR facility, and you can actually get it done. But if you do test positive, you've got to have the option of going into a quarantine hotel.
Yeah, because it seems to this section 4 seems fairly obvious to me. So you got to register for both day 1 and day 5. You've got to book into the hotel on day 1 and day 5. The second PCR test could be a different hotel. So, but you've got to. It looks like the fact that you've got to have a hotel booking for one day. But if you're positive,
Yep.
then it's going to be 2 weeks, isn't it? It's sort of
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
then
self-fulfilling.
yeah, if they can't handle you. If they can't handle you at the hotel you booked in, they transfer you to a Medi hotel. That's what I've been reading. So
Right. Okay. But anyway, so it's a double hotel booking thing. Anyway, documents required for registration. We've got a passport. Yes. Okay. Vaccination certificate. Blah blah blah. You've got your vaccination top-up thing sorted out, haven't you, Todd?
yeah, I did. Finally got that after a trip into Bangsu that didn't sort of work out, but these things happen. So I was lucky enough that I had a host at the hospital I went to get my medical certificate for my Thai driver's licenses. So I contacted her, and it's all booked in now. She did all the background stuff for me, and I get my booster shot on the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's local. I don't have to go into Bangkok to get it. It's actually going to be at the local hospital. So.
Damn shit. Okay, yeah, because first I could only get in on the 10th, but I did at Bangsu. So anyway, that's another travel into the city. I'm sure we can find something to go and do. Yeah, okay, vaccination certificate, blah blah blah, insurance, blah blah blah, full paid SHA, reservation day 1 and day 5, and airport transfers could be a different hotel. Thai visa if required. So you can jump into the country on a visa exempt still, but as long as you've got your Thailand pass. Negative PCR test result no more than 72 hours prior to departure, or in case of a positive RT-PCR result, must have a medical certificate stating that you have recovered from COVID-19 infected. More than 14 days, but not more than 3 months. Age 6 and below, not required, must travel with parents. Arriving in Thailand, do first RT-PCR test. Day 1, undergo the first PCR test at a hotel or designated venue and wait for the result in the hotel room. If the result is negative, you are allowed to travel anywhere in Thailand and undergo a second PCR test on day 5. Right, during your stay, do second PCR. On day 5 of arrival, undergo second PCR at the hotel or designated venue and wait for the result in the hotel room. So you actually have to wait in the hotel room. That's what they're saying. So you must go back to that hotel that's booked and wait in the room for the result. If the second test results is negative, you are allowed.
Can those be 2 different hotels?
Yes, they did say that at the top there. So.
Okay, so the day 1 can be a different hotel than the day 5 hotel.
So if you're
those hotels are Shah or whatever.
Yeah. So if you're travelling and you land in Bangkok and then you go to Pattaya on day 3, and that second hotel could be in Pattaya, or Rayong.
That's
yeah, that sort of makes sense to me. So I think that's fairly self-explanatory. What else we got? So a couple of days ago, the Consulate Department released the above infographic in English and Thai with the following information. As it is too small to read, here's the links below, which is why I went there. Eligible countries, vaccination, blah 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 blah. I think we just covered all that. Media briefing. By the time the Ministry of Foreign recently had a press briefing about the Relative Test and Go program. The following notes from that briefing. Where are we? From the outcomes. Registration for text will resume on the 1st of February. Some adjustment details have been made as follows. Travellers from all countries, areas will be eligible. 2 PCR tests, day 1 and day 5. Travellers must prepare documents for entering the country, such as proof of hotel, blah blah blah. Day 1 of prepayments, including prepayments of the 2 PCR. Yep, okay. Hotel that travellers choose for the first and second do not have to be the same hotel. In the case of the travellers have duration stay in Thailand less than 5 days, they can show the outbound air ticket instead of a hotel booking. So if you're only just coming in for a 2-day stay, then going elsewhere. That's fair enough. Yep, okay, that makes sense. For sandbox areas will be expanded to include areas in Chonburi. I'm guessing they mean Pattaya City. Only for specific districts, including, read further down. Trat, Koh Chang Island. Travellers who wish to visit these areas through the sandbox scheme will be able to register the Thailand Pass system. Travellers will now also be able to travel between Phuket, Krabi, Prang, Nang, within 7 days. Hotel booking confirmation, including the prepayments. Okay, Thai authorities continue to monitor and assess the situation closely. Okay. There's a warning out there. The fact that there's a database. I don't think the immigration or these test and go things were hacked. I think this is more likely it's been a phishing scam. They probably bought a set of, email addresses from one of these other hack sites, and you know how people, if you slack on one site, with your credentials, then other sites, you'll be on there as well, and they, might not have been hacked here, but hacked somewhere, and they've got your emails. So they're sending out fake Thailand Pass bullshit to try to scam a few people. So be careful of that. Make sure you check your XML headers. I don't know why I should even tell that, because 95% of people won't even know what a freaking XML header looks like. You probably didn't know that, did you? The fact that there is what they call a place on every email that comes through that you can actually read exactly where an email comes from for validity, how it actually got to you, and what routers it's gone through. It's called an XML header. It's all hidden for you, for the average person. You have to go and find the information on the thing. But yeah, it's people should be taught this from the very word go. We got a Thomas Ogden in the house, and he hasn't come up on the screen, the slacker. Anyway,
and we got a Marky Mark too.
Yeah,
Marky
Mark's joined us.
joined us. Oh, very good.
He's doing his IKEA building in his new house.
Is he? Did you hear about the marijuana sandbox? Is there a marijuana sandbox? Oh my God. I didn't hear about it, but I'm sure there's going to be one running somewhere. Since they just legalized it, every household can now grow, I think, 6 plants. But I haven't worked out whether it's every household or every person in the household. So if you've got a typical, it's a bit of a grey area there, but basically you can use the stems, you can use the leaves, but when it gets the little flower thing on it, you got to cut them off and send them to the government. I'm sure that's going to happen everywhere. Today I sent an urgent email about the Thailand Pass, not knowing whether the email server was hacked. I got hold of the email addresses from another source, but the email said that there was a problem with the recipient's application. They needed to download a document. I'm informed the consular department, their IT quickly checked their systems and put the urgent message out. Right, so they've tried to cover their ass. There's it's more than likely not a hack of the Thailand Pass system. It's more than likely just a phishing scam. And as I said, people who are slack one place are slack other everywhere. Never use the same password in 2 different websites. Never use what they call cross-domain login, which is like if you've got a Facebook account, when that page comes up and says log in with your Facebook account, that's what they call a cross-domain login. Don't use that shit. Go to the trouble of making a separate email, a separate login address, right? So the fact that if one place gets hacked,
use a password manager. Like use something like Bitwarden, LastPass, something like that. That way you won't feel like you're losing out on the convenience of using a cross-domain login.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, Facebook owns you. Do you want Facebook to own you, or do you want you to own you?
So I might have the same email address in my LastPass. I'm quite happy to show you. You can't see my passwords, but I have all these different accounts. This is every one of these accounts has a different password. This is how much I use the internet. I use the internet a lot. Okay, some of these places I haven't probably been to for 5 years, but the whole idea. You get the idea? There's no sane person can remember that many passwords of a complex nature. And when I talk about passwords, I'm talking passwords like, something like that. That's what they call a secure password. This is what you use things like LastPass for. Now, again, I would even give you a referral code if LastPass did referral code bullshit, but they canned that about 2 years ago. So, but it's the one I've been using for about half a dozen years or more. Very much highly recommend. You get the idea. There's a lot. Anyway, use a password manager. That works on your phone and works on the thing, and all. The LastPass also has a 2FA code system as well. So, anyway, frequently asked questions. Not sure, Warren. You must register with the government. Government once gazetted after 120 days will become law. Random checks applied. If not registered, 300k baht fine and 3 years jail. What did we talk about there?
Yeah, I'd read that and I wasn't quite sure. Grovesy, what did we say wrong? We're happy to be corrected if we're wrong.
No, just the reference. I'm just trying to pick up a reference. There's something that comes through on the chat there.
Is it the marijuana sandbox thing, maybe?
Maybe it's to do with I do believe that if you're going to grow them, you're going to have to, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those sort of things, like our really nice friend at 5 here, the young bloke that came to Thailand. He was caught in the possession of a reefer. Cost him, was it $1,000 Canadian?
No, 3,000 Canadian, I think, from memory.
I thought it was 1,000, but maybe it was 3,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could be wrong. Yeah,
I think 30,000 baht or something. It was 1,000 Canadian. You go, well, if you're going to come over here and smoke, weed, that's fine. You just prepared to pay the piper, and that was $1,000 Canadian, and no receipt payment to the police officer in charge. You get the idea, and the problem goes away. That's just a direct reference from a first-hand person saying something on our Discord. But I don't tend to go through the whole, second and third person removed, the 6 degrees of separation. I'm pretty sure everybody's had similar things happening here in Thailand. But there's probably a legal thing. You've got to, the growing once gazetted become but I think it did go gazette yesterday. I think we're talking about the cannabis laws. That's right. You've got to be registered. But okay, that's 300k baht fine. But I'm pretty sure that the office will just overlook that if it goes to the Christmas fund. Anyway, moving along. So the questions. Claire, what is the difference between Test and Go and Sandbox? With Test and Go, you're free to go anywhere you like in Thailand once you have passed your first test. But you have to stay in an SAH++ hotel with a partner hospital on day 5 while you wait for the second test result. Okay. What is the point of the Sandbox when Test and Go will be now open to the people of all countries? You must understand the global pandemic is ongoing and things can change. Like there's the B+ version of this bullshit that's going on now, which is even more transmissible than the first version of Omicron. Oh my God. The scare. We're scaring you. God, there'll be bloody aliens dropping out of the sky next, because this is not working anymore.
And we'll welcome them with open arms if they can just rescue us from this pandemic.
Yeah, that's it. We will. If there's a major outbreak, they could suspend the test and go again. Blah blah. Okay. I have already applied for the Thailand Pass for Sandbox. Can I switch to test and go? Yes, but you have to apply for a new Thailand pass when registration reopens. And although some people got the QR code straight away, it can take up to 7 days. Okay. I have a home in Thailand. Do I really need to book it as a hotel for the second test? Yes. There are no exceptions. Right, so yeah, you still have to go to the hotel. Yeah, okay. I applied for test and go before December 22nd deadline. I have a Thailand pass. Do I need to book the SHA Plus for the second test? You are an exemption, as you can do at a government designated facility for free. So far, they are not saying you must book a hotel. So if you've got the Thailand pass from before when they close it, then you can still work on those rules. That's interesting. I will only be staying in Thailand for a few days. If I come test and go, must I stay until the second test? Day 1 and day 6 you're pre-booked. You don't need to. Okay. Why do we have to book an SHA plus AQ, OQ, AHQ, all these acronyms, accommodation for the second test? There have been many cases of travellers not waiting for their test results. It would be more efficient and quicker if people stayed in the hotels at the partner hospitals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because there's been a few people, the reports recently in the last few weeks, people skipping out on their prerequisites and yeah. Throwing everybody in a panic. Yes, okay. Other resources. There's news about the COVID 60-day extension. I think we've got a better one here. This is Todd found this one for me. I think it's a bit more. Confusion and dismay are hitting long-staying foreign travellers in Thailand, as many were relieved to see the COVID-19 visa exemption extended, but missed the strict revision on the fine print. While the decree was extended from the January 25th deadline, at least to the last minute of the 25th of March, the people who were allowed to take advantage of the easy to extend visa exemption were limited. Glory days of sidestepping pesky border bouncers during the pandemic have come to a close for foreigners staying long-term in Thailand. Of course, that doesn't apply to OA visa and O visa, marriage and all that sort of stuff. They're a different category again. I wish they'd be a bit more clarified on that. Because you're not even using the extensions, are you? Well, unless of course you.
No.
Yeah, but then again, it is a yearly renewal. If you don't renew, I suppose technically could extend for the 2 months, but wouldn't you just renew for the year?
Yeah.
The newly revised COVID extension stamps is now available only for those who have previously had a tourist visa or a free tourist exemption stamp before getting COVID-19 extension. Okay, so it's only if you're on a tourist visa, which would be just a tourist visa, and I guess that's also would apply to the Thailand Elite.
Visa on arrival, I think, is the other one, isn't it?
Yeah, visa on arrival is not actually a tourist visa, that's just a visa exempt.
Okay.
Those who are on any form of non-immigrant visa or those who receive visa on arrival are no longer eligible to extend their stay in Thailand indefinitely using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse. Frustrated people have reported going to immigration expecting another 30-day extension and being given instead a stamp rejecting the request, given a 7 days to leave Thailand. Frantic commenters online and social media have shared horror stories of scrambling to get their affairs in order and to find a place to go within a week. Many are looking for the easiest place to bounce for a few days to return to Thailand. The extension of the stay or exemption due to tourists can blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Official statement. Immigration has approved the extension of time for visa extensions and COVID-19 reasons until 25th of March under the following conditions. Persons entering the kingdom with no visa on arrival, VOA, cannot extend their visa for this reason. Persons entering the kingdom with a tourist can extend for an additional 30 days. Then they can submit the reason to stay for the COVID-19 extension. Persons enter the kingdom on a temporary person, non-immigrant visa, cannot be extended for COVID-19. But yeah, you can still renew. You can, sort of, if you've got an OA or an O, and you've got a normal renewal process. So why you would be asking for that, I don't know. Unless, of course, I suppose you're on an O visa and your marriage is nullified, or you're divorced and you're trying to sort of, scam the system to stay on the O visa. Well, I guess, people could have stayed for 60 days with the COVID-19 just to get to, yeah, whatever. People think outside the box with this shit. They really do. It gets quite frustrating. In the case of tourists already in the country, at the end of the 60-day period, permission to stay, this time they must leave the country, or if there is a necessity to stay, they're able to submit an application to stay in accordance with the laws, regulations, blah, 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 blah. I think we've covered all that. Oh my God. That's a mouthful and a half. Anyway, so I think we've covered all that. Okay, what have we missed? I like the new this Robert Groves. I like the new COVID-19 extension law. If people want to stay here long term, they can get the applicable visa for your circumstances. Yeah, well, again, it always surprises me. I don't know whether it's just they use agencies and they want to sort of just skip the homework or whatever it is. There's a whole bunch of visas people are eligible to participate in. And those visas, they're still available now, even before COVID started. About 2 and a bit years ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, just 2 years. Okay. So you've got your business visas, you've got your education visas, you've got volunteer visas, you've got marriage visas, you've got what do you call it? You've got your OA retirement visas. All these visas are still eligible to stay in Thailand. And why would you be looking for a COVID extension all the time and doing back-to-back COVID extensions when you can legally apply for the visa? But again, this is the sort of thinking people do. They don't do their research anymore. I'll find out what I have to do day 5 once I'm there. Yeah. So, it's only about 5 days. He misses my birthday party, doesn't he? I think he said he was coming on. I've forgotten what day it is now. I should write this shit down somewhere.
I think Andy's got 4 days. I think
4 days. So I think he just misses my birthday, and of course he's but anyway, he can watch my birthday from his hotel room. I think it is. That's right. There's no drinking in the. Anyway, visa on arrival and visa exempt. Different as is the tourist visa. Yes, they are. Johnny Sound, g'day. How you doing? Who else have I missed coming in? Roy Goad. Good news about the Philippines opening again. For with the vaccinated on February the 10th with no quarantine, only one test 48 hours before travel. Okay. Yes, the Philippines is opening. I did read that somewhere. What else we got? Oh, hello. Yes. Visa on arrival are issued to 15 applicable countries. Visa exempt is the 30-day stamp most people get on arrival. Tourist visas must be purchased from overseas. Yes. It's all very confusing. Not if you just know where to look for information. And Andy's running outside. Okay. Anything else I missed?
Not that I saw. No.
XNL. Okay. XNL. I see. I have to wait until February 1st to apply for the test. Yes. That's we determined that one. Sorry for those people who come in late. I could just didn't have to rewind and watch it from. The marijuana is actually. The marijuana law, so which people would call it what it is, cannabis. Marijuana is a slang term. I know it's colloquially used around the world, but basically it means nothing. The actual product is called cannabis. Okay, it's a genus Cannabis. Actually, you don't even need to have an to your system blood. That's enough. Yeah, but I don't know if they're randomly doing blood tests around the place to deal with that. You know, if you're looking starry-eyed, then you might get hauled off. And judging from our friend Five when he was here, you know, or he comes in, he's the sort of guy that I could imagine if I met him on the street, you know, I could probably tell by the twinkle in his eye and the glowing vacantness that he might profess.
And the 3 kebabs in each hand.
Oh, the 3 kebabs in each hand as well, yeah. G'day, Sean. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing good. How's everybody?
Hello, Sean.
Good. Hey, Sean.
Hey.
Good.
Long time no see.
only a few weeks.
Anyway, so we had we did a live stream from Susie's on Tuesday for Todd's birthday. That was quite a fun night.
Yeah.
We didn't live stream for the Invasion Day party, but the Invasion Day party was pretty good as well. We had quite a lot of fun then. And the place was full. Niall got stuck outside in the waiting room. I think then of course Psycho did as well because he arrived there late.
Yeah, got stuck outside as well. No biggie, no biggie.
It's all right. We managed to get you inside as soon as when people, you know, it was quite a good turnover of people going through, so it was quite a lot of fun. I didn't live stream that one because there was just too many people there, and you know, trying to, you know, set up the camera and you know go and make sure everybody's cool about being on camera. You know, a lot easier when you just know the people. You know, if you know what I mean. But we will be doing another live stream next Tuesday for my party. Chanya is going. She said she's coming to the Down Under bar, so she'll be with us. So you know, you can buy her a drink too. I've got my what do you call it, the rapid antigen test, my RET test, which I'll be taking next Wednesday again. She makes me, every time I go into the Sukhumvit, the day after I go into Sukhumvit, guess what? She wants me to take a RAT test, just because you know there's so much scare tactics going on out there. But that's life, isn't it? So what is it? Warren has a barbecue. We should do something for Andy while he's yeah. We can do something here. We can definitely get something organised. But yeah, we have to play these things by ear. We do all this organisation on our Discord channel rather than on Facebook and everywhere else. At least we can have nice private conversation on Discord, if you know what I mean. What visa will you be? Oh, okay. It was your super spreader event. Super spreader event. That's right.
The only thing that was spread was me thin.
Oh yeah, just that's what I didn't. I have hardly any change from 5,000 baht, you know, which is normally what I take into the city. I had hardly any change left that night. I think Todd, you come out pretty short on your 5K too, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was a fun night. I mean, we did ring the bell a few times, and the food, of course, at Susie's was awesome, and yeah, the drinks did flow. I mean, you only have one birthday, and it was my first birthday in Thailand, so
yeah,
why not celebrate?
No, I think we did a bit of mixing as well. So like the Wednesday, I felt great from the Wednesday party because I didn't do any mixing. I think I stuck with vodka all night, you know. I think there was two. I think Susie bought one or two Jaeger bombs. I can't remember. But yeah, Jaeger bombs that's an exception. Jaeger bombs are pretty cool. Oh, there was one there. Oh my God, one there. I didn't have.
That was the Red Bull one or something, I think.
Yeah, the Jaeger.
But it didn't have much Red Bull in it.
Yeah, normally she gets the mix about 50-50. I think it's about 75-25 on that one. Jägermeister is a bit on the, you know, wake you up sort of side of things. Doesn't actually find the next morning, mate. The backup from August a day. Will be download. You are vaccinated and have had the COVID. You are a Superman now. Yeah, well, that's right. Well, you both are like I think the Superman kicks in on the 10th of February. That's when I become part of the Fantastic Four. Okay, I'm just hoping. I want to go. I'd love to get that stretch thing. You know, the rubbery arms. You know, Mr. Fantastic. But yeah, so yeah, I don't actually get my superpower until the 10th of February. I believe my body's been prepared to get the superpower. But yeah, I was quite pissed off when they had the second injection because I thought the superpower was supposed to come in when you had your second vaccine, and that didn't quite work. But yeah, caught it now. And what's he do? He's trying to get his camera adjusted. No, I've caught it. That didn't give me a superpower, so I'm really hoping for the superpower. What superpower would you? Okay, here, let's just go off the beaten track. If you had a chance to have a superpower, what superpower would anybody like to get?
It's every boy's fantasy, isn't it? X-ray vision.
No. Well, yeah, no. X-ray vision. No, because the fact that, you know, like, there's too many caveats involved with that one, because the fact that sometimes it'll just work when you least expect it. And honestly, you know, you're standing next to like the cute woman. How do you differentiate between the cute girl and the guy beside him, you know? Free balling.
Quality control.
You can't, like, you just can't just say one, you know, like one eye is only working and one eye. No, the whole, no, X-ray vision just no, not. I'd like to be like the Bene Gesserit.
Invisibility.
No, the Bene.
Invisibility.
For me, it would be the Bene Gesserit ability of being a truth sayer. Now that would be like they'd hunt you down. I'm sure, right? You could instantly detect every lie. You know. You could just go to, you could go to town with that thing. You really could. But anyway, Robert Groves, 30-day tourist visa. When you wait, I think I missed that one. Go to immigration in the last week and stamp and get another 30-day extension. I don't know. Yeah. It's just all right. In a stretch lycra, parental discretion is advised. Exactly. Always tried to work out how he got that clothing to actually stretch like he did. But anyway, yes, Dan.
I would want to be a jumper.
What was that? It was a movie, wasn't it?
Movie jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wasn't that
Being able to teleport any place you've been able to see or been to.
Yeah, but of course the downside of that about binding you up in electrical cables was prevented you from jumping. You see, yeah. So that was actually a good. I quite enjoyed that movie. It was quite a good movie. Was it called Jumper?
And then of course there was the other movie Push.
Push.
Yep.
Stephen Monash wants to be a YouTube celebrity.
Really? His superpower. He wants to be the next Casey Neistat. Okay, fair enough. I could think of Okay, so what other superpowers do people want to be? Come on, you got to give a reason why.
Flight.
Flight.
Yeah, but it'd be so easy to get cold.
True.
I remember
Not too worried about that.
Remember in Heroes when there was one of the guys in Heroes had the flight, and of course his brother had the ability to pick up, touch somebody. He would get their superpower or whatever it was, and he kept on dreaming he could fly. But g'day, just subscribe. G'day, how you doing? Usterenios, yes, whatever. Didn't quite. Stephen, look, I can't say these names. We'll just call you Stephen, okay? So he did. What I liked in that one there is, he could do the flight thing, but what got me is the fact that as he was flying, he could actually fly faster than the speed of sound, and you get this, like the sonic booms, and you go on. How does you might be able to do the flight thing, but how does your body handle the sonic pressure of the sonic boom when you're going past the speed of sound? Little things like that that worry me. Major Groves to go for an apple. Still, nobody else really wants to give their ideas about superpower. Unless this is your own mind. Superstar can jump tall bar bills with one jump.
More like jump tall bar girls with one jump.
Yeah, well, you can jump the Thai bar girls because they're not all that tall. But that's very crowded. You test and go. Where are you going to go? Where are we going to go in Thailand if you come over here? All the bars are closed, and I don't think there's anything else worth coming to Thailand for apart from living here in always sunny Thailand. Yeah, it's like Queensland without a Queensland government. Beautiful one day, perfect the next. Hi, I'm a long-term listener. Don't like the idea of having to subscribe just to make a chat comment. Well, the reason why we had to do that is the fact that we had the bots. The bots were giving us a bit of a, they started annoying you. So I don't know if you don't know, there are bots out there. They just run around and they just jump on every stream with weird names like go and visit this place here, XXX, whatever. And we managed to stop that because we turned subscriber mode on because the bots don't know how to subscribe to the channel. That's why it was done. And if it's inconvenient, then once the stream's finished, you can quite welcome to unsubscribe as well. But at least it sort of validates that you're a human being and not some sort of robot. Don't forget, yeah, that's right, hit the like button. Good, 27 people watching now, 7 likes. That's a bit slack. Go on, hit that like button. Yeah, I think everybody has jumped the tiger before. Yeah. Mate, you're doing. Okay. Anyway, yes. What are we doing after this thing? So that reason, what we got on the plan for today, we're going to go and get Todd a real computer.
I'll paraphrase that with saying it's a gaming computer.
Oh, sorry, yeah, a gaming computer. Yeah. He's going to play both sides of the fence now. He's going to use the Apple for his everyday writing stuff. And his gaming computer is going to be done for. So, Psycho. 3070, RTX 3070, or should he go for the AMD alternative? No, and what's your thoughts on this one?
I'm not even sure what the alternative is right now. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of research yet, so I'm not sure right now.
Yeah, well, we've already picked one out. I think we had a look at it last week. There's something in JIB. Now, JIB says you can only order it online, but it's not really clear as what you're getting in the package. So we want to go in there, show the guys the one we're looking at on the phone, and say, see this package, we want to order that, but we want to know what you're going to get, and what's not coming with the package. We also want how many screens do you want to get, Todd? At least 2. Two screens.
At least 2.
Yeah. I don't think you need to go to 3 screens.
No. That just could be. Yes, I do wear reading glasses, and I don't want to wear reading glasses all the time. So it may just be a situation where I look at the screen, sit there, and go, okay, that's going to be big enough for me to read without having glasses on. So,
right,
that's just my thought process.
Well,
I only have the 1X, glasses. So for my age, they sort of say that that you pretty much got 20/20 vision still for my age, because they reckon people at my age should be doing 3X and 4X for reading now, at least. But yeah, so but I still have to wear it. Like that's still blurry on the 32-inch, no matter what I do. I can still read little words, but you know, it's just still blurry. At least that just clarity. It just crisps it all up.
Yeah, they're just the little things I've got going around in my head. I mean, of course, it's got to be able to play the games we want to play. I mean, that's the main thing. It's got to have a good heartbeat. So
yeah,
all the peripherals we can work out.
So what? Go for a primary 32 with a small 24-inch beside it for you texting and discording and shit.
No, I'm OCD a little bit, so they're going to be the same size as this table.
Honestly, I'd say there's a really good 27-inch screen out there that I'd recommend, and it's reasonably inexpensive in Thailand compared to
What's
the
that one?
US.
What is it?
The LG GL 7 or LG GL 27, something like that. I'm trying to remember now.
Well, if you do, just whack it in the chat. Not in this chat, in that chat up there, you know, the Discord chat. So we got a reference for it. But yeah, was it ASM? Was it need to renew the wife's Aussie passport? The embassy here charged an extra $135 for doing it here, plus a normal fee of $300, a whole lot more than 10,000 baht for it. Yeah.
I did read online when I was doing my research before I got here. Yeah, I'm assuming ESM saying an Australian passport renewal. Yeah, it does cost $300 if you do it in Australia. I think that's the 10-year Australian passport, and the extra funds is the tracking situation to get the new passport sent to the embassy here in Thailand, and then you can pick it up. So that's why they charge an extra fee.
Well, it didn't cost me that because I needed my sort of 18 months ago.
That's what I've read. Yeah.
I just went into Bangkok into the Australian embassy. There was a piece of paper to fill out. Filled the paperwork out. Came back with the required stuff. Handed it over there. There was a fee, but it was like I can't remember, was it 800 baht or something was a fee, and then there was a bill, and I think it was $130 odd or $120 was the price of the passport. I don't recall sort of seeing anything additional to that, but yeah, it's a one thing every 10 years, you don't really worry about it too much. XNL, so saving your money for the video card allocation if you're gaming, it's always best to plan. I think, yeah, well, the 37, so we're looking at the configuration.
Honestly, the 30 series is a good series of cards.
Yeah.
3070, so you don't really want to be going, well, if you got the money, you can get a 3080, but or a 3080 Ti or a 3090, but God, that's, you're talking, they're gold encrusted, those. I think for just general gaming, like I've got the 2070 in mine, and we can play Star Citizen fairly well on that one, so I'm happy with that. If you're going to look at 4K gaming, then you're going to have to look at the 3090. I think that's the prerequisite if you want to go 4K. But again,
well, my eyesight's bad enough. 4K between HD and 4K is going to make a
difference. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. I'm a resident of Thailand since 2006. Okay, so what's your we just call you ESM because we can't really pronounce your name, and we'll just make a mess of it. So when you say a resident of Thailand, so you're not Thai born, and you've managed to go through the whole residency process. If you want to just explain that one, it would be helpful. So okay, so you escaped Sydney when we're stranded here in August 2020. So what is your nationality would be the best question, because like...
I think he's dual. I think he's got an Australian and Greek passport from what I'm reading.
Right. So, but yeah, so the residency process requires you to be in Thailand for 3 years. Then you can go through the process of if you...
specific visas. Specific visas.
Yeah, it is quite a confusing thing, but one of the prerequisites is you need to read and write Thai. So I can't read or write Thai, so
I don't think for residency.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
think you have to actually read and write Thai for residency. You do for citizenship,
no,
but
it's
not for residency.
residency. The one that they do, and they allow 100 nationals from every country every year. You go into a panel. There's half a dozen people in that panel, and they talk to you in Thai. They give you paperwork in Thai. You have to read the paperwork, and you have to then fill it out in Thai. That is the prerequisite. I've talked to somebody about that already. That's the process he went through. Because that's only one person, so I'd like to have a confirmation from ESM there, if that's what he went through as well. Old age gentleman. Sorry, mate, I forgot to do as well. Did you get a bike yet, Todd? Todd's a bit of a hold up on there. We want to get the license first.
Yeah. That's booked in for the 15th of February after going there a couple of weeks ago and sitting there for 4 hours and then told to come back in 4 weeks. So yeah, once I get the Thai licenses, when you purchase vehicles, my understanding is, and I've sort of done the research, you actually have to have the Thai licenses to be able to register for the local taxation and the local insurance. So yeah, I can ride and drive on my Australian driver's license and international driver's license, but yeah, if I'm going to get my own stuff, it is essential to have the Thai driver's licenses.
Yeah, so there is, ESM says, yes, very complicated process. I'm married to a half Thai and don't have a Thai citizenship yet. That's the big question, is the citizenship, whether it is actually available. I think there is a marriage option, but they're going to be full Thai, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure they assess everybody individually, no matter what you do. Niall in Thailand, hey, how you doing? People get confused with living here compared to being an illegally registered resident. You are correct there, Warren, yeah. I got an all yellow book, pink ID, red book, blood Thai license, etc. Yeah. We live in the north of Bangkok, and it's an N20, BTS N20. Okay, that's quite north. Yes, okay. Considering it only went to the N12 at one stage, the extensions might be getting up there. Back in the iPhone. So Jen Desperado, g'day Jen. We're about to finish it up. We've got 2 minutes to go. We got to go and get a computer for our friend here so we can jump in and play Star Citizen. So he's going to spend $3,000 Australian on a computer, and then he's probably going to spend another $1,000 getting his fleet in Star Citizen. No, you can fly with us. We'll do what I
Just remember
you go on, sorry.
Just remember to put his L plates on so they don't crash into you.
Oh, I'm sure he will. You both a couple of mark up. Thanks for that. Just in case I miss next Tuesday. Yeah, well, we'll start the live stream probably at 4-5 o'clock in the afternoon there at Susie's. So that's 5. That's 9 o'clock. Sydney time. Get the whole idea. So you should be. I'm pretty sure most people. But in New Zealand, it'll be 11 o'clock in New Zealand time, so you might be in bed. So we can understand that. It's all right. But we'll keep you entertained. That's for certain. Question. Johnny saying we all jump through hoops to please the Thai government. So what would happen if we are adopted? I have no idea. I don't think that is illegal. I could imagine that would be abused, right, if it was even an option. I don't know how that would work. But it's never come up in conversation before. It's a good one. I'll plant that one in the back of my extended RAM, right, to maybe sort of ask that question at some stage, because, like, honestly, you know, I got so much shit in my head at the moment.
Watch him purge his cache and lose it.
That's it. I'll purge my cache, and that's it. I'm done then. Anyway,
Don't
like,
eat another cookie. You might end up purging.
we will continue chatting away here with the rest of them, with the guys here until we're going to make a move about midday. I got to go and put some shopping clothes on, and I go and pick Todd up, and we're going to stop via the salon, Alice Beauty Salon, and take his beard. No, get his hair cut. Take his beard up. I actually probably need to get mine done as well, but you know. Anyway, so we're going to get him a haircut and jump into JIB down at the mall there, and we'll make a video. So, bye, gentlemen. Yes, enjoy Discord. See you next week. Yes, let me get the cue the
Where's
closing.
Stephen Monash? Cue the music, Stephen.
That's it. Cue the music. We'll get out of here. Get out of your face. I'm actually liking the hourly format now. So we get things done and we pretty much stay on track without getting too sidetracked.
Yeah.
And of course we get more done in the day. Anyway, so we're out of here. So next walkabout live stream next Tuesday, as we said. So we'll catch you there. If not, then we'll see you next Saturday. Where's the button? Let's press the button. Out of here.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Peace out and bye for now.
I want you to lift me up so high, a place that no one's ever been.
Bloody
Take me
time.
to a place
About bloody time.
Hey guys, how's everyone going?
We're doing alright. Good day.
Alright, I didn't see you guys anymore on my trip.
That's right, you got busy.
You guys were sick or something?